Hello, good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Anambra Tuesday edition. How are you? Good to be here again. I'm sure you had a very good night rest, and now we're here. Let's get talking on the packages we have lined up for you this morning in our Good Morning Anambra show. My name is Sijoma Uche. Do stand by for the first row, which is the press review. Okay, good to have you back. Arrested. Good morning, Anambra. And like I said, we're going to look at what the papers are saying this morning. I already have an analyst that has joined me this morning. He is Barrister Moses Ubo. He's a public affairs analyst besides being a legal practitioner. Okay, you're welcome, Barrister.
Good morning, Anambarians.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Good to have you here. All right, let's begin from our website this morning. The first story says, Saludo has Anambra State Education Advisory Council. And then day 2 from Iran's prison fire rises to 8. Finally, from our website this morning, World Food Day, Anambra State government urges residents to adopt safe food agricultural practices for healthy living. These and many more are the stories you'll find in our website this morning, www.absradiotv.com. Thank you very much. Okay, Barrister Ubo, Saludo is a professor, perhaps. Is very strong academically, and now he's heading the Education Advisory Commission in the state. What's your take on that?
Well, beyond anyway, to me, it's a positive initiative. It's a good way to go. But beyond this advisory council, at this point in the state, we need to see the programs. We need to see things moving in top speed at this stage. Permit me to say that this advisory council, the committee, is belated. We expected this to have come before now, you see. So, but be that as it may, we want the ball to keep rolling, to get rolling in top speed at that.
It's just 6 months in the office, and since he came in, you know what the problem we have here in terms of security challenges. He's been tackling that, and just the same last week, he awarded a whole lot of roads for construction. So, do you think we are late? 6 months into office?
Well, 6 months is a whole lot of time. It's a whole lot of time. We're talking about a term. A term is 4 years. So all I am saying, at least so far so good, is a movement in the right direction. It's not just about speed anyway.
All right.
It's about how well,
all
not
right.
how fast. So all we are saying is let the movement be faster. Let's see the dividends. People are yearning for that expectation, that program of action expected to turn the state around in all sectors.
All right, we'll move on. Today is World Food Day, and then Anambra State government has urged residents to adopt safe food agricultural practices for healthy living. Before now, we started practicing Ubazono, and that has really gone viral. A lot of people are now producing something in a very small quantity for themselves. But now we are looking at how healthy are those things we are producing, not just for consumption, but for commercial purposes.
Yeah, World Food Day, as I can see. You see, when you look at what is happening today in Anambra State, you will agree with me that we need to step up the game, especially with regards to food security. Look at the incidents of flood here and there. that is a situation at hand that if not properly managed and harnessed, that means food security in the near future cannot be guaranteed. Because most of these areas that are flooded today are areas that are known for food production. So what are we doing about that? How do we? So it's a wake-up call to all and sundry to invest in the agricultural system and then see what we can do to alleviate the issues, the crisis created by this flood in the hinterlands.
I see. Okay, let's move on. Let's get to the newspapers now and find out what that is trending. Our first paper this morning is the Daily Sun. Beside the net template of the Daily Sun, I have Kano. Igbo lawyers tackle federal government accuses Malami of cat contempt. And then the banner headline this morning says, flood spreads more havoc, sorrow, and agony. With the riders there, takes over Ueli Asaba Highway, East-West Road. 603 lives lost, many injured, 2.5 million displaced, says humanitarian minister. Let's look at these other stories here. Again, Rivers rank first in fiscal performance budgets. And then Ba outlines agenda for Enugu, promises to deliver people-focused governance. Tinubu Mogalo flay Atiku for asking North not to vote for non-northern candidates. Ahead of 2023 elections, editors hold 2022 conference in Owerri. And then NNPC expresses delight as Tompolo busts second illegal oil export pipeline in Delta. Finally, from here, Jonathan denies endorsing any candidates. Okay. Let's look at the next paper, which is the Punch newspaper. The banner headline there said 2023 presidency, Tinubu Obi unfold economic restructuring agenda to North. With some riders there, APC, LP candidates speak on restructuring, corruption, agriculture, and power. I support Atiku. Is payback time now. Let him endorse me. Okay, I supported Atiku. It's payback time. Let him endorse me, says ex-Lagos governor. What is he contesting? Okay. Atiku Saraki party members fume as talks attack PDP Kaduna Zamfara rallies. Down here, ministerial retreat, Buhari backs Nigeria Air, Osibanjo laments forest wars. We'll take another paper and then we'll start talking on this ones. Okay, and that's the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper is our next paper this morning. On top of the name template, 2023, INEC chair not under pressure to quit. INEC chair not under pressure to quit. And then Wike PDP should apologize for Atiku comments. Okay. I will unlock Nigeria's greatness, says Obi. And then the banner headline there says, my plans for prosperous united Nigeria by Tinubu. Okay, let's get back and start with the Kano story. Just last week, the first story we heard at the breaking news was that Nnamdi Kanu has been discharged and acquitted. And some of us that are not learned like you guys started wondering what that means when Malami came out to say that he was discharged and not acquitted. What does that mean exactly?
You see, obviously, that is a prejudice. That is contents of court. Malami, being the Attorney General of the Federation, is very wrong to have come openly to make such a statement. If that is his personal position or the position of the federal government, we need to understand that. You see, if that matter had gone in favor of the federal government, then obviously we will hear something different. So I think it is an abuse of the court processes. I expect Malami or the federal government, or be that as it may, if they have a different view of what has transpired in court, they can go for appeal. They can take other measures, not coming openly to show your disdain over the process that is publicly declared to be fair in all rounds, in all ramifications. You see, there is no implication whatsoever. We are calling on the court, the judicial system, to stand by itself, to stand by its word, to make sure that the right thing is done. Whatever other conditions that need to be fulfilled to make sure that the order that is so given be carried out. What we expect is Nnamdi Kanu had been declared discharged. Discharged is also acquitted. You cannot tell us he's discharged and not acquitted. When you have nothing against a man, you cannot continue to keep him. So what we expect is let him walk away free. If there are other issues coming up as per the federal government, then we need to hear them. But you cannot continue to keep him and you are making other public utterances.
Thank you very much. We'll take a break here. And then we're coming back shortly to continue with the stories. To stay.
Ndị Anambra, unu apụtagola?
Ibolachi.
Good morning, Ndi Anambra.
Welcome to Good Morning Anambra Breakfast TV show on ABS TV.
Let's do it together.
Bia Kaido Kwa.
We serve it sizzling hot.
Health and lifestyle,
Security.
topical issues,
National development.
Entertainment and more.
Welcome to the flagship show where we arm you with the right tools for the day.
Keeping you abreast with happenings and information within and beyond the state.
There are so many things to gain staying tuned to Good Morning Anambra on ABS TV.
Good Morning Anambra, live on ABS Television, weekdays 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Great news for Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS audience. You can now watch ABS television through any of these ways.
Buy a terrestrial antenna and connect to your television. Search ABS Channel 24 Oka or ABS Channel 27 Onitsha. Install StarTimes cable decoder and search ABS Channel 113. Install Metro Digital cable decoder and search ABS Channel 29.
Watch ABS TV on your smart TV or smartphone by downloading Anambra Broadcasting Service app on Google Play Store. Also watch via ABS Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and ABS YouTube page at ABS Television Oka.
ABS TV is now also on satellite. You can watch us from anywhere in Nigeria and other African countries. Simply install our TV decoder brand and tune to channel 315 or install any free-to-air satellite decoder and search for ABS TV.
Whichever option you choose, stay abreast of breaking news, documentaries, children's shows, talk shows, comedy, sports, movies, and lots more on your darling TV station.
For adverts and program sponsorship, contact 0803-388-8526 or 0806-883-9902.
ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Welcome back. Just to inform you that another guest has joined us, and he is Izuchukwu Ejikeme. He's also a public affairs analyst. Izuchukwu, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, before you came in, we have looked at so many stories, but then we are still at the Sun newspaper, where we have looked at one of the stories about Nnamdi Kanu, and then Malami being accused of court contempt. Okay, the next story we're going to look at here is flood spreads more havoc, sorrow, agony. We are talking about food production. You mentioned flood, and then the devastating effects of flood in the country, because it's not just here. I wanted to tell you that, but I know we're going to meet it in the news. So what do we do? Is there any way we can, we can stop this from coming?
In fact, Nigeria is a laughable state.
It's your country.
2012, there was a forecast, a very prominent one, that 10 years after, that the flood is going to hit from various sectors, from various areas and zones. And then Cameroon took a step. And then a lot was done with respect to their dam, with respect to measures that need to be taken. But 10 years down, we are here. And then everybody is running helter-skelter. We are not precautionary as a state. We are simply reactive, waiting for things to happen, and then we start running after seeking for this. So, in fact, a lot. When issues like this happen, we expect to see people being held accountable. Someone is responsible. Someone has missed the mark. Someone has failed to do what he or she is supposed to do, and we don't see that. And then we see people's houses being submerged. We see persons, a lot of them are not even on the know because government has totally failed to do what they're supposed to do.
Is it just government? Yes, I wanted to ask, are there no other agencies that should handle this? Because when you say government, people will just be looking at the presidency. There are people, that are responsible for this or that. Wouldn't they do their job? Must everything come from the presidency?
Now, these persons responsible for this or that are answerable to who? It is still a failure of government. What do I mean by that? When you talk about issue of information and dissemination, orientation of the people, going to the hinterlands to let them know, to create necessary awareness, who does that? There is a board meant for that. And these persons are answerable. So we expect at this time that this has happened. We expect government to have raised the committee, look into this. And you see, why things continue to go wrong in this country is that when it happens, we handle it with levity. Nobody takes responsibility for that. And we see people running helter-skelter. And we see government making promises that are never fulfilled.
Okay. Yes, Ejikeme, you may have one or two things about this flood and who is to be held responsible.
Like my colleague said, if there is anybody to be held accountable for this, it should be government. Because we're in Nigeria whereby things will happen. And we won't say anything until it happened again. Once it happens, we all will be talking. We are good in talking as Nigerians without any solution. So if there is anybody to be held accountable, that should be the government. Thank you.
Okay, let's venture into politics. Punch newspaper, 2023 presidency, Tinubu will be unfold economic restructuring agenda to the north. Okay, I'm starting with you to educate because we have looked at that story before you came in. Okay. We heard what is playing around, but let's look at their economic. Okay, let's look at the riders now before you start. APC Labour Party candidates speak on restructuring, corruption, agriculture, and poverty. So when they say restructuring, what do you think they mean there? Because I'm sure it's one of the bone of contention in Nigeria, whereby they not say they don't want anything to be restructured, let things continue ruling the way they are. And now these presidential candidates are talking about restructuring. What do you think they mean?
What is good is good. And what is transparent is always transparent. You cannot eat your cake and have it back. Obi's restructuring agenda, it's simple, it's clear. You cannot keep recycling the bad eggs, whereas it is bad eggs. What Women means by restructuring is not changing the seat of power. Maybe bringing it from Abuja to Anambra or to Enugu or to Lagos. All Obi is talking about is on how to make Nigeria, to bring back the glory of Nigeria as giant of Africa. We have lost our dignity. We have lost our reputation. We have lost our stand in Nigeria. And I'm always ashamed when we recite the national anthem because we don't want it. So when we talk about restructuring, I believe in Obi's agenda. I believe in Obi's vision for restructuring. And as for Tinubu, I always say it. He has nothing to offer Nigerians. People like him should stay abroad, be treating themselves, and when death comes, they will come back. They will flee them in. You don't have anything to offer Nigeria at his age.
Okay, you are talking of his age.
Yes.
Okay.
He has nothing to offer. Completely nothing. He should start deceiving himself.
Okay.
Can I add something there?
Oh, just
and if people, if people that are meant to talk did not talk, things will be getting out of hand. And if you watch the cabals that are supporting Tinubu, they are the same age.
Are they the people that are supposed to talk?
Yeah?
Are they the people that are supposed to talk?
People that are supposed to talk. Okay. And when they are not talking, the young ones will take over.
Okay. You wanted to say something?
So thank you.
You see, restructuring is one of the words politicians have used to keep confusing the masses.
Over the years.
My definition of restructuring may not be their definition of restructuring. Whoever is claiming restructuring, remember that this was what APC government told us in 2015, that they will restructure, and all of us are hopeful. But here, if you're observant, you will see that Mr. Peter Obi was particularly talking about economic restructuring.
Thank you.
Economic restructuring, diversification. So we expect whoever is trying to sell this restructuring whatever, be it the PDP, the APC, or the Labour Party candidates, we expect them to come down to it and explain to us their own definition of restructuring. Because if you ask APC today, they will tell you they have restructured. What did we see? Nothing. So, but when I listened to Mr. Peter Obi in that exposition with regards to economic restructuring, I saw he restored confidence in the northern elders. He restored confidence. So they will get to know that it's not all about the oil in the south. That if Nigeria is economically restructured, the vast area of land in the north occupied by bandits and Boko Harams can be transformed to something useful for this nation. We're talking about. So Mr. Peter Obi went as far as emphasizing that there are untapped resources in the north. So he restored their confidence. But each time we talk about restructuring down here, the northern elites view it as an attack on the seat of power, trying to reposition who gets what and when. So there is that fear in the circles of power. But when you listen to Mr. Peter Obi's program of restructuring, you will understand that if Nigeria is restructured in that economic line, there will be autonomy.
I see.
Great economic autonomy for other regions.
Okay, let's move on. The Guardian newspaper is our next paper this morning. On the front page, that's the banner headline on Guardian, said inflation peaks mildly as flood sounds food crisis alarm bell. Inflation peaks mildly as flood sounds food crisis alarm. And then the writers there said, challenge threatens Nigeria's rice self-sufficiency. Farming communities completely cut off from urban areas. And then expect worse food inflation next year, experts warn. All this warning has been coming, and I don't know what we're doing with the warnings, and here we are buying one bag of rice, 40,000. Okay, down here, Tinubu, Atiku, Obi test trends in Kaduna, and then fresh oil spills occur in Bodo community. Okay, the next paper this morning is the Independent, the Daily Independent. Attack on Kaduna rally, PDP asks Buhari to call his party men to order. Attack on Kaduna rally, PDP asks Buhari to call his party men to order, with a rider there to ensure security for free, fair, credible election processes. Okay, down here, I have met yearnings, aspirations of Nigerians, Buhari boasts. I have met yearnings, aspirations of Nigerians, Buhari boasts, with a rider there, Uhuru Kenyatta warns against ignoring opposition in governance. All right. And then there's so many stories there, but for want of time, let's move on to the next paper, which is the This Day paper. Atiku, that's major stories there, said Atiku, Nigeria doesn't need leader who will move her from rotten to bad situation. Okay. And then perhaps from his own words, Nigeria needs leaders only from the north. Okay, I think that's all we'll take from that place. Let's get back to the ones who have seen and see what we can make out of the story. So we have talked about flood. So let's delve into politics a bit. What really happened at Kaduna? The attack on Kaduna rally, it does appear we are seeing pockets of attacks on political rallies here and there in the country. We have, we noticed one, was it in Enugu State or whatever, and then now Kaduna is coming. And El-Rufai has come out to say that what Peter Obi did to him in 2013, that if he had wanted to do that, he will arrest anybody that stepped into Kaduna. What do you have to say about that?
It's a very big joke. We see politicians sponsoring attacks and counter-attacks. We know what they are doing. The fact remains that what is coming ahead is bigger than their usual ploy. We see the usual protests and counter-protests. Persons gather to do their thing in the name of campaign or what have you, and then you have the time to sponsor miscreants to come over there and mess things up. We have gone past that stage and that level. We are calling, I love what I saw in Daily Independence, that calls the APC government, Buhari, particularly, to caution his party men. Caution his party men. Recently, as at 2 days ago in Ebonyi State, particularly, our former House of Rep member, who is the Ebonyi South senatorial candidate of the Labour Party, was kidnapped by the Ebubagu boys. And the orders of who, per se, if not the government. Watch. All the states where APC is holding stage. Watch and see what is going on there. So it is not business as usual. Nigerians are ready. Allow Nigerians to make their choice. Allow people to campaign freely and move about freely. We want to make sure that the status quo is not maintained. It cannot continue that way. I am equally using this opportunity to call on Nigerians, to call on the youths, to be bold this time. It's not about pockets of violence, you run in and go and hide. Make sure you come out and cast your vote. Okay. If we have to continue like this, Ejike, the attacks that is coming here and there, in Imo, Enugu, Kaduna, Lagos, we heard of from social medias what happened to some Labour Party supporters in Lagos. Some were beaten because they were wearing their polos, some because they are bearing their flags. So if this attack continues like this, do you see this election hold?
It gives us strength, hope that we are heading to somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because without any attack, I don't think we'll have the mind to be proclaiming a new Nigeria, a new Nigeria, a new Nigeria. And the Bible says faith without work is what? It's useless.
It's useless.
It's useless. So the attacks on our candidates, not only in North, not only in APC states, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Okay.
The attacks on Labour Party candidates, it's everywhere. Come to Anambra, it's everywhere.
Really?
Come to Ebonyi, it's everywhere. So P2B's candidacy is a threat to the bad leaders.
Well, they say he doesn't have structures, that he's a joker, that he's a baby president or whatever they call. So why are they, who is afraid of P2B?
My question is, if P2B doesn't have structure, who are the structures?
Well, wouldn't they just allow him to go to the poll and fail?
Thousands of people that have been hired, 1,000, be paying them 5,000 naira, and the Ocean's Cathedral Field will be filled up, and people will not come and be shouting. No, the structure that they are talking is the structure of corrupt leaders, the structure of bad economic leaders, the structure of those in EFCC watch list, and many bad corrupt leaders.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on for want of time. I've met yearnings, aspirations of Nigeria's Buhari boast. So which one is our aspiration? Insecurity, food insufficiency, high cost of living, or what exactly are the yearnings? I'm still coming to you, Ejike. What exactly are the yearnings of Nigeria that the president said that he has met?
I think the president is not the one that said this.
Who said it?
Because sometimes when we heard something that Buhari said, the only ones that I normally believe is the one that he comes on live television and say.
When last?
Eh?
When last?
So if I may ask, when last did Mr. President appear on national TV to give an official statement? So if I may, I don't have any input on this because I know Mr. President did not say this. And I am much aware his media offices should know their work. If you want to bring up something or if you want to cook up something that is not true, at least get the president, let him sit, give him mic, give him whatever he needs, write it on paper and give to him, and he will say it, Nigerians will hear. You cannot just be cook up anything, write up a story in your bedroom and put it on the social media and say that Mr. President has said. I don't believe that. Pow, 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 pow.
Oh boy, you wanted to say something.
Telling us that he met the yearnings of Nigerians. Who are Nigerians to start with? Is it the yearnings of his party men or the yearnings of the presidency, in quotes? Whose yearnings were met? The common man, the masses. What is the essence of government? The number one role of every government is protection of life and property. So let us array the security situation before the advent of the APC and what it is today. Which of the earnings did we meet as a government? And then the killing, the bombing, the crisis, the banditry all over the place has taken a higher dimension under your watch. And you said you met, is it the economic situation? Go and check the cost of living before you came in and the cost of living today. Where are we as a people? So which of the earnings were met? Well, I am hopeful that come 2023, Nigerians will make sure that their own earnings are met.
I see. Okay, let's move on now. Daily Trust is our next paper as we run. Daily Trust is our next paper. Okay, below the name template of the Daily Trust, we'll have article to Kaduna voters, I will end insecurity and then revive industries. Nigeria's inflation rate hits new 17-year high of 20.77%. Okay, troops kill 6 ISWAP fighters, repel attack on Zulum's hometown. And then the banner headline there is say, at Northern Elders Pali, I will champion indivisible, prosperous Nigeria, completes Mambila AKK. This one is coming from Tinubu. Okay, with some riders there, North Nigeria's greatest assets. I will unlock Nigeria's potentials. This one is coming from Obi. And then Obi detained me in 2013, says El Rufai. Okay, down here, petrol scarcity lingers in Abuja as local gridlock persists. The next paper this morning is the Tribune. And the banner headline on Tribune says, the Nigerian Tribune, Atiku, Tinubu, Obi push agenda, battle for Arewa votes in Kaduna. Okay, we've seen that story. Let's get back to Daily Trust and then look at what Atiku said there. Atiku to Kaduna voters, I will end insecurity and then revive industries. Insecurity in this country started from Atiku state, and then some of us are asking what he has done to curtail what Boko Haram is doing in his own state, and now he's ensuring us that he's going to end insecurity in Nigeria generally. Ejike.
Ending insecurity in Nigeria. I don't think, maybe he knows what he's saying. If the Lord permits, I believe it's the Lord that makes the king. And if the Lord permits, it's only God that gives wisdom on how to fight insecurity. But fighting insecurity, whereas you are not in good terms with the state government, where the menace is taking place, can't you see it's just waste of energy and resources? It's waste of energy and resources. If you must fight insecurity, we have to look inwardly. Because you cannot just be fighting what you don't know about. You must know their taproot. You must know their weak point. You must know where they are coming from. So what he should focus now is based on restructuring. If you have any agenda on restructuring, come to the table, bring it, throw it open for Nigerians to see, and we will understand more. Not about fighting insecurity.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let me add something there, please. You see, the Nigerians should wake up. We've gone past beyond, I will do this, I will do that, I will do that. Stop telling us what, tell us how. Tell us how. So when they come around and they bring up their stories of I will fight insecurity, I will do this, tell me how you intend to do that. You see, I don't want to keep mentioning a particular candidate. I don't want it to look as if we are campaigning for him. Maybe because he is of it's an ethnic agenda. No. When you listen, I have had the opportunity of discussing with other elites, lawyers from other ethnic zones, from the north, from the west, and these are persons who understand the nitty-gritty of solution. When you talk about bringing in a solution, you should tell us how. We already know the problem. Every one of us, we know the problem. So telling us insecurity is a problem and you will solve it, it's not enough. Tell us how you intend to solve it. One of the candidates was saying that the root cause of insecurity is poverty. It's poverty, economic hardship. Mr. Pitobi said that. And when you look at someone who understands the problem of the polity, then I can be rest assured that he will bring a solution. All right. Let's move on. And then at the Northern Elders Rally, our champion indivisible, prosperous Nigeria completes Mambila. Okay, this one is coming from Tinubu. He said he will champion indivisible Nigeria. And he has started by choosing a Muslim candidate as his vice. So how will he champion this indivisibility where others are crying for what you did that we don't like it, it's not good, how can you marginalize Christians like that? And he said they should shut up. So is that how he's going to do that? Nigeria is more divided today than ever. More divided today than ever. And this person is telling us about one Nigeria is just in mere words. There is no action to prove that we actually want to promote the unity of Nigeria. So you want to champion indivisibility of this country and you are not carrying every sector of the
1 minute, please. 1 minute. Yeah, hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Hey, turn down the volume on your TV set. Turn it down. Otherwise you won't be able to hear me. Bring it down.
Hello.
I'm here. Good morning, I'm here. What's your name?
Hello.
Oh, it's obvious you can't hear us. Because that's volume on your TV set, that's why you can't hear us. So when you call, you turn it down or you just put it off, okay? Yeah, you were saying something.
I said Nigeria today is more divided than ever.
Okay.
And he's coming up to tell us he will champion indivisibility. Go and check the records. It is under the present APC government that various groups, interest groups, ethnic nationalities were sidelined. It's just a one-man show. And then nobody is talking about the federal character anymore. Nobody is talking about equity. Nobody is talking about fairness and justice. And then under his watch, as if I'm not mistaken, the same Tinubu was the national leader of the APC. So if he has that key, if he has that information, what it takes to champion indivisibility, why did he not advise his people to do the right thing? And then he's coming to tell us. And when you look at his actions, so to say at present, you will know where he is headed. You cannot, in a nation, yes, it is not about ethnicity, it's not about religion, it's not about, but every interest group. Nigeria is a polarized one. It's a multi-ethnic society. All interest group, like the Christians, need to see that there is something in it for them. So you cannot come and you tell us Muslim ticket, for example. Where are we headed from there? And then at the end of the day, you say you're championing. He is championing divisibility, as it were.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Okay. It's been a very exciting one this morning. What I'm sandwiched between these two gentlemen. That is Firebrand. Okay. Thank you very much for joining us today, Mr. Izuchukwu Ejikeme. You came from a very far distance. Perhaps that was why you joined us late.
Oh, yeah.
So let me just give that excuse for you.
Okay.
Welcome. Okay. And Barrister Moses Ubo. I got it this time. Abi?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Anambarians. Let's look out for how. Let's look out for how. In the grassroots, at local government level, at the state constituency level, look out for how. When candidates come around and they are telling you they will fire on it and water Obosi, they should tell you how they intend to do these things and make it work.
Fire on the child, water Obosi. I take that one home. Thank you very much.
Fire on the child, water Obosi.
Okay, thank you. Do stand by now for the rest of the program. We'll have lined up for your viewing pleasure this morning. My name is Sijama. Thank you.